Alright. Rule number 1 is eat real whole foods. Should go without saying, but it doesn't. Alright? Whole foods is what we want to eat. An avocado is one ingredient. That is what we're eating. There should be absolutely no ingredient label on our foods. The majority of the foods that we eat, I should say, because it's all whole foods. A nut is a whole food. A fruit, a vegetable is a whole food. A cut of meat from an animal is a whole food. That should be the absolute 99% of what we are eating. So the second rule goes right in tandem with that. Avoid packaged, boxed, bagged foods laden with ingredient labels. If there's an ingredient label that is this big, it's bad. It's that easy. You don't have to know a single one of what those ingredients is, good or bad. It's bad. Okay? If you have a few ingredients, alright, that's a little bit better, and it's a good thing to know what those ingredients are. It's a good thing to be able to pronounce those ingredients and have a good idea of what they are. Unless you know every single ingredient on there. For instance, a can of mixed nuts is going to have different ingredients, but they're all going to be whole foods because it's going to macadamia nuts, walnuts, cashews, those are whole foods, those are fine. But in general, if it looks like a laboratory chemist experiment instead of like food that you should be putting in your body, well, just use your common sense and don't put it in your body. Okay, number 3, avoid vegetable oils, number 1, and sugar, number 2. These are the number 1 killers in the United States, okay? It's not coronavirus, guys. It's vegetable oils. That means canola, palm, vegetable, sunflower, soybean oil. If you see that on your label of your food, avoid it like the plague. That is public enemy number 1, is the vegetable oils. They're highly processed. They're loaded with polyunsaturated fats, the stuff that kills you, the stuff that makes you completely obese and overweight, and then your sugars. So sugar comes in a million different forms on the label. You're going to have dextrose, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. You guys know what it is. You guys know it's all sugar. You guys know it's all bad. Avoid it like the plague. A lot of foods, processed, non-real foods, are going to be in tandem. Vegetable oil and sugar, some form of sugar, or multiple forms of sugars and vegetable oils in the same label. You cut those out, you immediately are going to have a better life and better health if you consume those regularly as it is. So look out for those. If you don't know any other ingredients, look for oils and sugars, the different forms of sugars and different forms of vegetable oils. Get those out of your cart. Please get those out of your cart. All right, number 4. Search out and consume saturated fat. The government has been lying to you and putting up garbage statistics and garbage non-factual data that has been proven false and proven with really wicked motives behind the studies that said that saturated fat and cholesterol is bad. No, they're not.
Open the door.
Demarius, I'm writing a video.
Oh, shoot, my bad.
Sorry about that, guys. Demarius always has to, perform for me in a negative way. It's called SC Demon, so we all have it. Well, me and him have it. Anyways, search out and eat saturated fats. Olive oil is loaded with saturated fat. It's pure saturated fat. Is olive oil good? Use your intuition. Is olive oil good for you or not? Avocado is pure saturated fat. Is avocado good for you or not? Well, the government will say that an avocado, you should not, consume it a lot because it's loaded in saturated fat. Okay, that's hogwash. Look out for animal proteins, animal products that's going to have your saturated fats, your eggs, your avocados, your oils, your nuts. Those are all great sources of fat. Search out for them and eat them. Raise your fat intake, because I guarantee everybody watching this is not eating enough fat and eating too much carbs, especially the bad kind of carbs, which we'll talk about in a second. Okay, so that's rule number 4. Search out and consume every day fat. You really can't eat too much fat. You can eat too much carbs. Keep that in mind. Number 5, avoid the dairy aisle. We really don't need dairy. Dairy's pretty superfluous. Now, granted, I grew up on dairy. I ate cereal and milk for breakfast every single morning, and it was absolutely fantastic. Sorry. Avoid dairy. Dairy bad. Dairy is homogenized, pasteurized. The problem with that is the homogenization process, where they squeeze the milk through these tiny little holes, is... yeah, it makes it safer to consume whatever, but guess what? It kills everything good inside the milk. Your probiotics, you're not really going to get much benefit from milk, traditional milk that you'll find in the grocery store. If you want to have raw milk, if you find a source for raw milk, then that's great. Consume that. even though it's probably not as tasty or yummy. But it's very hard to find because of the government regulations on. It just makes it super hard because the government's trying to kill you over time. Everything that the government does is to reduce your lifespan, not increase your lifespan. So keep that in mind. So if you like have like a government regulation or a government standard or anything like that, just know that it's probably to kill you. So do the reverse of what the government says concerning nutrition. Okay, they put fluoride or chloride or fluoride in the water. Okay, come on, man. They put fluoride in the water, in your drinking water, on purpose. Is that really to clean your teeth, or is that really to reduce your lifespan? Come on, guys. Don't listen to the government. All right. Avoid milk. I will say butter. Butter's a great source of fat. If you're going to go dairy, do not go low-fat dairy. Go full-fat dairy. That means whole milk, all the fat, whole milk yogurt, all your products. If you're going to go dairy, go full-fat dairy. Please stop with the skim milk. What are you doing with your life if you're drinking skim milk? Seriously. Okay, dairy, bad, avoid it. Okay, go organic and non-GMO and as close to basic nature as possible. I know that organic is still gonna, be sketchy and shady and blah blah blah. There's also farms that do not want to pay for the organic label just to get that certification, blah blah blah, USDA certified organic, but they're still organic because they don't use pesticides and all kinds of harsh chemicals on their products. So keep that in mind. Where are you going to find that? In your local farmers market. Those are going to be your farms and your best sources of finding organic produce that is local to your environment, but that's a later rule, so we won't hit that. But in general, if you're going to go for your produce, go organic for your produce for everything. Free-range chicken, free-range organic chicken, grass-fed steak, grass-fed organic steak, and for your produce, go USDA organic whenever possible. Avoid the dirty dozen. Look up the dirty dozen list. Strawberries, tomatoes, and a bunch of other things. Granted, here's a little general rule for that. The thicker the skin on your produce, like an avocado has thick skin, a banana has thick skin, a watermelon has thick skin, you're probably fine to go non-organic. But if it's like really thin, like strawberries, that's dirty dozen, really watch out for that kind of stuff. You don't want to be consuming a ton of pesticides. That has birth defects, that has so many issues if you're consuming it on a regular basis. Watch out for that on your produce. Go organic. Okay. Number 7, eat local and in season. Like I said, your local farmer's market is a gold mine. It's going to be cheaper. It's probably going to be better than your organic. And it's probably going to be, and it's local. Okay, so read Tom Brady 12, TB12 method. He even talks about it. You need, for your body needs what is locally in your local geographic location. Okay, so whatever your local is producing, that's what you should be eating. If you're in like Wisconsin, like a lot of you are that are watching this, really hit that farmer's market, hit that meat aisle in the winter. But in the summer and stuff, you're gonna go to your local farmer's market. That is your best source of local produce. Keep in mind, Tom Brady says that the average apple is 10 months old. Okay, they pick, they freeze, they ripen over time. They do all this stuff. Every fruit and vegetable that is picked is slowly dying and losing nutrients every single day that it is not on the vine. So keep that in mind. The best source of finding good produce is going to be your local farmer's market because that was picked that weekend. They sell it right then and there. You get it. You eat it all within a week. Perfect. That is good. That is productive. Plus you're helping your local community. Fantastic. You're not helping big giant corporations that do not give a shit about your health. All right. And number 8, carbs with fat. Let's decrease our carb count and increase our fat count. Stop getting all this pasta, all this garbage. Pasta in general, not good. We're going to increase our fat. I gave you the list of the good fats that I eat every single day. Butter, avocado, olive oil. Put olive oil on everything. Do not heat it up. Do not cook with olive oil. Cook with avocado oil. That's made for high heat and that's good fat. But olive oil is very sensitive to high heat. That's why they put it in a dark glass bottle. Avoid the sun. And it's very sensitive to high heat. Use it as dressing on your food and you'll get your source, or you can just rub it on your body like I do every single day. Fantastic. All right. Country rock butter. What is that? That is not butter. Avoid soy products. Soy products are all bad. And if you're a man, you're going to grow boobs. So if you don't like boobs, if you like boobs on your woman, not you, then avoid soy, please. Just avoid the labels. Avoid the long labels. If it's got a long label, chances are it's bad. In fact, there's a 99.9% chance that a long label, and most of them are long labels, on any of your food product, not actual food, is going to be bad, okay? So avoid it like the plague. don't worry so much about reading the nutrition facts. Nutrition facts hide so much information. It's really superfluous almost. You're going to look at ingredients. Ingredients is king. Nutrition facts is queen. You really don't need carbs. Carbs are sugar. Cereal is absolutely bad. And yeah, that's my 8 rules. Hope you liked it. That's just basic rules to follow if you haven't done a lot of research. If you follow those, you're going to be a pretty healthy person. You're going to be way healthier than the average person. Average person is obese in this country, and so that is a problem. Obesity is the #1 killer in like the world, and no one talks about it. They talk about, coronavirus, you know what I'm saying, because we're afraid of the coronavirus. Yeah, that is such a waste. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Take these rules with you to the grocery store, to the farmer's market, and you will succeed. All right, deuces. Postscript, all my resources, all my books are in the description. I'm not just coming up with all this stuff in my head. This is all after years of research and reading. So if you want to know more, comment, ask a question. If you need further clarification, I will answer all the questions, direct you to whatever resources I need to do. And you will have a better life, and I will too, because we are all improving together. God bless y'all. Deuces for real.
Wait, do you use the seat for anything?